Every year, scientists discover about 18,000 new species. That's 18,000 things crawling, swimming, growing, or hunting on this planet that we have no idea existed. Most of them are fine. A new frog, a new beetle, sure, cool. But sometimes they find something that makes them stop. Something they can't classify, something that shouldn't exist where it was found, or something that behaves in a way that makes zero sense. Today we're looking at 10 terrifying new species that scientists still can't fully explain, from the deepest ocean trench on Earth to a cave full of 111,000 spiders. These are discoveries that made researchers say out loud, probably, what the heck is that? Starting off, we have a creature so new it doesn't even have a catchy name yet. Scientists are calling it the Got Shrimp, G-O-T, and it was discovered at the end of 2025, 4 kilometers beneath the ocean surface off the coast of Australia. 4 kilometers! That's deeper than most submarines can go. The pressure at that depth is over 400 times what we experience at sea level. There is no light, it's barely above freezing, and yet this tiny shrimp-like crustacean is thriving down there. What makes it genuinely puzzling is that it's one of the deepest living crustaceans ever found belonging to this particular group. Its relatives live much closer to the surface, so what is it doing 4 kilometers down? How did it get there? Why did it adapt to conditions that should kill it? The expedition that found it, led by Australia's CSIRO, discovered over 110 new marine species in a single voyage. But this one just doesn't fit where it was supposed to be. And until someone goes back down there to collect more specimens, which is wildly expensive and dangerous, we just have to accept that there's a shrimp down there in the pitch black at crushing pressure that shouldn't exist. Look, if you don't like spiders, I am so sorry. Me too, but also, this one is wild. In 2025, scientists exploring a sulfur cave on the border between Albania and Greece lowered themselves into one of the most extreme environments on Earth. The cave is filled with hydrogen sulfide gas, the stuff that smells like rotten eggs and can kill you in high concentrations. And inside it was a web. I'm actually getting itchy just saying that. Not a web like the one in the corner of your basement, a web so massive it spanned the entire cave chamber, and living in it was over 111,000 spiders. These are not normal spiders either. These are spiders that have evolved to survive in an atmosphere that would suffocate most living things. They've built what researchers are calling the largest spider web ever documented. I'm actually physically itchy right now. And the really unsettling part, as if that wasn't bad enough, scientists don't fully understand the ecosystem yet. What are 111,000 spiders eating in a cave full of toxic gas? Each other? Something else that crawls up from deeper in the cave? The expedition is still ongoing. I would have quit so fast if that was my job. They're mapping chambers, they're collecting specimens, but the deeper they go, the more they find. And I don't know about you, but Sulfur Cave full of 100,000 spiders with more chambers still unexplored is definitely going on my list of places I will never, ever visit in my life. There is no amount of money that anybody could pay me on Earth to go into that cave. I just want to make that extremely clear. In early 2026, an expedition off the coast of Argentina sent ROVs over 800 feet down into deep, unmapped waters. They were hoping to find new species. They found over 25 of them. But the ones that have researchers genuinely scratching their heads are these small, vivid, pink lobsters. Now, here's the thing. Pink lobsters apparently aren't unusual because of the color. They're unusual because of what they are and how they've evolved. These lobsters belong to a group that typically lives in completely different ocean conditions. Different temperature, different pressure, different food sources. And yet, here they are, perfectly adapted to an environment that should be hostile to them. Researchers say these lobsters might provide major clues about how deep ocean evolution works, how species adapt to extreme conditions over millions of years, which is the polite, scientific way of saying we have no idea how they got here or why they're pink. Deep beneath the ice of Antarctica's Ross Sea, there are sea spiders. Great, more spiders. And before you say, okay, sea spiders, whatever, let me explain why these are genuinely disturbing. Sea spiders have no respiratory system. They don't have lungs, they don't have gills, oxygen just diffuses through their exoskeleton. Their digestive system extends into their legs. If they eat something, the nutrients travel down through those long, spindly limbs, and in Antarctica, they grow huge, thanks to something called polar gigantism, where cold water species grow much larger than their warm water relatives. This specific species was formally described in 2025 after being pulled from the Ross Sea. It's a new addition to a group of animals that scientists have been trying to understand for over 140 years. Researchers literally had to squeeze the guts out of its legs to study its diet. I am not making that up, that is real science. And here's the question scientists are still asking. Why does polar gigantism happen? Why do creatures in freezing water with almost no food grow to enormous sizes? We don't have a complete answer, just a lot of giant sea spiders crawling around the Antarctic sea floor, breathing through their skin and digesting food in their legs. Okay? Nature is fine. Everything's fine. I have to admit, this is one of the most disturbing things I've ever read about, and I've read about a lot of disturbing things, to be fair. In the remote mountains of Oahu, Hawaii, scientists discovered a carnivorous caterpillar. And before you say, caterpillars eat leaves, I've read that Hungry, Hungry Caterpillar book, what are you talking about? Yes, that is why that makes this so weird. This caterpillar hunts spiders. It sneaks onto their webs, steals the dead insects trapped in the silk, and then, and this is the part I really can't get over, it wears their corpses. It drapes the dismembered body parts of its prey over its own body as camouflage. They're calling it the bone collector caterpillar. To be fair, name kinda goes hard. And if the corpse wearing wasn't enough, it's also a cannibal. When food runs out, it eats its own siblings. No hesitation, just sorry, your lunch today. Scientists formally described this species in April 2025, and they still don't fully understand how a caterpillar evolved to become a carnivorous ambush predator that wears the remains of its victims like armor. Because that's not really what caterpillars do. They eat leaves, they turn into butterflies or moths or whatever. They do not become tiny serial killers that wear trophies, but apparently in Hawaii, they do. During a 2025 Ciro expedition to the Coral Sea Marine Park off Australia, researchers pulled up something that looks like it was designed by someone who had never seen a fish before. A ghost shark, also called a chimera, which isn't actually a shark at all. It's from a lineage that split off from sharks about 400 million years ago. These things predate dinosaurs. They've been gliding through the deep ocean since before trees existed on land. This new species was described by Dr. William White at the Australian Museum. It has large, dead-looking eyes, sensory pits across its snout that detect the electrical fields of prey, and, just to make sure you're fully creeped out, a venomous spine on its dorsal fin. Here's the thing about ghost sharks. They're extremely hard to study because they live deep. They're rare, and they don't survive being brought to the surface. So every time we find a new species, we basically learn one thing, that ghost sharks are even weirder than we thought, and then we just have to put them back. Okay, imagine you're a marine biologist. You're in the freezing waters near Antarctica. It's pitch black, and suddenly this thing floats past you. It has 20 arms, 20. They're twisting, curling in the water, and at the center of all those arms is a body that looks exactly like a strawberry. Scientists formally described this species in 2023 after pulling specimens from depths between 200 and 3,800 feet. It's related to starfish and sea urchins, but it looks like something that should be on a movie poster with the word alien above it in big letters. When the images hit the internet, people lost their minds because how? Does something with 20 arms and a strawberry body exist in the darkest, coldest waters on Earth and nobody noticed until just a couple years ago? The answer, honestly, is that the deep ocean is still almost entirely unexplored. We've mapped more of the surface of Mars than we have our own ocean floor. And the Antarctic strawberry feather star is just floating down there, waiting, looking like it's from another planet, which I guess in a way it kinda is. In May of 2026, like just last month, researchers in Singapore announced the discovery of a brand new species of box jellyfish. This one belongs to the genus Chironex, the same genus as the most venomous marine animal on the entire planet. The kind whose sting can kill a human in under 5 minutes. This new species was found in the waters off Sentosa Island, and here is the disturbing detail that I need you to hear. The original Malay name for Sentosa Island means death from behind. The island was literally called Death from Behind Island, and they named a deadly box jellyfish after it. There are only 4 known species of Chironex in the world, and this is one of them. It was discovered because specimens washed ashore in 2020 and 2022 and sat in a lab waiting to be analyzed, which means this thing was out there in the water around a popular tourist island for years before anyone even knew what it was. This one named after Sir David Attenborough. Yes, they named a zombie fungus after the most beloved nature broadcaster in history. This is a newly discovered parasitic fungus from the Atlantic rainforest of Brazil, and what it does to spiders is the stuff of nightmares. The fungus infects a spider. It takes over its nervous system. It forces the spider to abandon its web, the one place where it's safe, and climb to an exposed location. Then it kills the spider, and then it grows out of the spider's body, visible, alien-like fungal stalks erupting from the corpse of a spider that was moments earlier acting against every survival instinct it had. Scientists described this species in late 2025, and this is what makes it genuinely unexplainable. How does a fungus, an organism with no brain, no nervous system, know how to manipulate the behavior of a spider? How does it know that forcing the spider to leave its web will help the fungus spread its spores? In April 2026, researchers dropped cameras 9,100 meters, nearly 30,000 feet, into the ocean trenches off the coast of Japan. That is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. The pressure there would crush a human instantly. There is no light, and in that absolute darkness, something drifted past the camera. It was slow moving, translucent, unlike anything the researchers had ever seen. They recorded it twice, and after analysis, they published a paper stating, and this is an actual quote, "The animal cannot be confidently assigned to any known phylum." A phylum is the broadest category of life. Humans are in the phylum Chordata. Insects are in Arthropoda. Jellyfish are in Cnidaria. This thing, it doesn't fit anywhere. They had to give it a placeholder name because there is literally no category for it. Every time we think we understand life on this planet, the ocean reminds us we don't. And somewhere, 30,000 feet down, in water that has never seen sunlight, something is floating around that science literally cannot explain. I don't know you guys, but that's the kind of thing that keeps me up at night. All right, guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.